Alright, in the stream, we are doing Mizuki's story quest and literally nothing else. I don't think I have any resin to spend. Never mind, I have resin to spend. Okay, real quick, we'll spend this resin and then we're doing Mizuki's story quest. I'm spending all my resin here because I just don't have anything better to do. I do actually I want to get an instructor set, please, just so I have one. Because turns out I got rid of all of my instructor pieces. I do kind of want one, because I think I could use one in the Sunfire team, maybe.
Osmanthus.
But otherwise, I'm putting everything into Vista main right now because I don't. I think it's probably the best value domain to work in. They actually, no, no. I could go to Vista main. I wish you could like filter by like character based on armor. What? What am I talking about? I wish you could like filter your characters based on what artifact set they have equipped. Right, which characters are using emblem? Right, Xingqiu Yelan, Zhang Ling. Is that it? And Raiden. Alright, Yelan is already very well off. She's possibly the single actually best built count on my entire account. She's not like the highest in any one stat, but just like overall spread out. So good. 61 crit rate, really good. 234 ER. She'll always make her rotations. She'll never miss her burst. 63 EM, enough to, if she does ever trigger a reaction, there's some EM there. Most likely she won't, but whatever. No, very little wasted attack. Very, very little. And we get a lot of HP now substats to boost her damage. This is a really good Yelan build. Really fucking clean. I am a bit sad I got this on Yelan though, because, I mean, due to that alone, I am a little bit tempted to get Yelan's constellations to make her main DPS. Just because of how clean these artifacts are. Look at this. Look at that artifact, man. 34 crit value and all the HP. What's this? This is another... That's 30 crit value. And then an extra 11 ER. This, fucking 36 crit value, and then ER on top of that. Onset Goblet with crit rate and ER. And then a crit damage circlet. Actually, yeah, I forget. She gets all of that crit rate just from substats. 57 crit rate just from substats. Holy fuck. Jesus Christ. That is insane. Right, there's Raiden. I do want to improve my Raiden build, but yeah. Oh, what's going on here? Wait, what? Who's stolen her goblet? Oh yeah, isn't Raiden technically better off using an attack goblet? How much No, I do think electro bonus is better. So whose is normally hers? Why am I blind? Wait, where's Electra? Oh my god. Ooh. It's probably Fischl's. Oh, no, I think it's Miko's. Yeah, that seems about right. Yeah, okay. Well, that's why Xingqiu needs work. Xingqiu is in a bad place. It does have some cracked artifacts like this one. That's really good. You got 30, just shy of 30 crit value. Uh, it's you can never expect more than 30 crit value on an artifact. 30 crit value is like, wow, that's really good. 40 is where you're like approaching top 1%, and anything above 40, crazy. And above 50 is like almost mathematically impossible. Yeah, Xingqiu does have some crazy good artifacts. It also has some really shitty ones. Like these. Problem is, I don't really use Xingqiu much anymore, because again, he has kind of not been power crept, but he's just no longer the best character in anything. I mean, there's Zhang Ling. Zhang Ling, yeah? Zhang Ling could do some work. That 1000 HP is so painful. Emblem is probably going to continue being good into the future. I mean, Emblem is really good, like, in general. A lot of characters can use it. It's best in slot on some of the most important characters. Should we go for Emblem? Shimonau's, unfortunately, is not very good. I don't think Shimonau's is best in slot for literally, like, any character anymore, which is really sad. Um, yeah, let's go for it. I have nothing else to spend my resin on other than just artifacts right now. Someone's building up a really big stock. Then whenever I actually really need to build someone, I really don't want to take them. Whenever I need to build someone, I just do it.
Evil conquering! Here! Worthless! Worthless! Worthless!
Dissipate!
Let's just switch out Haven Makers quickly. Who cares about friendship? Already have all the achievements for Ivy's useless.
Let's get down to...
Oh, how long is it until food is gone? Less than a week. Oh boy. I don't know if I will bother waiting until the stream. Whether or not I'm interested in Cloud Retainer is probably going to be quite largely dependent on how good Freena's C2 is. Like how good it is at getting Freena's max stats.
The Temple of Wisdom! Stand with me!
Defract!
It's like the problem Freena has is just like on the...
Here you are.
On now Hafen and Freena... what? on our Haytham and Hu Tao teams, Frina doesn't quite get stacks as quickly as you'd like because you only have a Bennett or Kuki healing. In the case of Bennett, Bennett's healing would be enough. The problem with Bennett isn't that he doesn't heal enough. It's almost more he heals too much. Really, the problem is that Frina doesn't drain their health fast enough, which is funny. But because Benny has the 70% HP restriction, it actually makes it the reason why he doesn't give enough Frina stats. Because Frina doesn't drain HP fast enough. And so your character will reach the 70 HP fresh pool, and then Bennett will stop healing. So he'll stop getting stats.
Time to shine.
Yeah, so I'm hoping Frina C2 will fix that.
The process of elimination.
And make Hu Tao better as well as our Haytham better. Just with the Brooklyn team in general better. It's already like one of the best teams in the game. So Frina C2 will make it even better. More damage bonus, more healing, actually, as well. And Frina deals even more damage from C2 as well. So, hopefully getting Frina C2 would be really nice.
Strike a pose. Let my name echo in. Everyone hold hands. Share my knowledge. Get with me.
Diffract.
Smell it.
Dissipate.
Ooh, okay. Save that, just in case. Alright. No more resin? Yeah, okay. I do have 101 wishes. That'll be about 106 by the time the banner changes. So it's 106 wishes plus... what is it? 40 pity? The menu's refusing to load. Yeah, 39 pity. So right now I'm at 140. Out of, at most, 360. For Frina C2, so it's still not the best, but I mean, if I win both 50-50s, then it's at most 180. And if we're being realistic, it shouldn't take more than 80 pity to get either one, so then it's 160. So, that's not too bad. Yeah, I really do want that Frina C2, but if someone else more important is coming up, for example, Inazuma Chronicled Wish, then maybe I will change my course. It's because I do not want to miss Ayaka whenever Ayaka comes back, and I'd really like to get Ayato as well. If I don't, then whatever. I should never pause Tartaglia. That's such a
we
huge
haven't
mistake.
been in a while? Inazuma!
I was literally just there.
Might be nice to get a change of scenery.
We're here right
Let's
now.
go.
What do you mean? Which characters am I disappointed in pulling? Ualani has been fun. She was really fun for a while for me. I have kind of grown out of her. So I don't know, I have mixed feelings on picking her up. I did go quite easily though, if I remember correctly. I won with 50-50 on her. I know that, at least. Navia, I got Navia because of her signature weapon. She works. I don't really... I don't know. It would depend... Some of these characters, it would depend, like, if they stop me from... Like, if... I'd rather get Ayato than Navia. Probably rather Ayato over Mualani as well, even. Neuvillette, I regret getting his C1. I don't regret getting Neuvillette, because regular Neuvillette is amazing. But Neuvillette C1, no. Just because he's not that fun to play, so it's really high investment for a character which isn't as good as people say he is. He is not crazy good. Hu Tao does more damage. Arlecchino probably also does more damage. Actually, no, he probably does deal more damage than Arlecchino. He is one of the best damage dealers, but there are better. Hu Tao's better, Malwika's better. Chuska's comparable at least. Kenichi's comparable from what I've seen. Al Haytham is comparable. Biden C2 is comparable, but that is C2, so that's not a fair comparison. Al Haytham's close. That was a Final Fantasy VII theme. I didn't even mean to do that. I'm not about to act like Garnu is absurdly strong. But I would just say people will probably be surprised at how close Garnu and Zhao can get to Neuvillette's performance. Yeah, Neuvillette is going to perform better than Garnu, but it'd be surprisingly close. It's like, Garnu Melt is going to hit for over 100k per shot, whereas Neuvillette is hitting for 50k per tick of his charge attack. As with Neuvillette being better built than my Garnu. So if Garnu was up to the same standard build-wise, it could be even closer. Yeah, but Neuvillette hitting 50k, unless you have him vape, but if you have him vape, then you need Zhangling, and Neuvillette plus Zhangling is really hard to make that energy economy. That is really difficult. So it's rare that works properly. But yeah, so when each Garnu charge attack is worth 2.5 ticks of Neuvillette's charge attack, and you have her burst going at the same time, it's surprisingly close. Hu Tao does more damage than Neuvillette. You don't even need Hu Tao's C1 for that. Neuvillette definitely, yeah, he does do more damage than her at C0, unless you have Cloud Retainer. If you have Cloud Retainer, Hu Tao is going to outdamage Neuvillette. Just period. Unless you start going into Constellations, because unfortunately Hu Tao's Constellations past her C1 behind us. Yeah, that's it. So he is one of the best damage dealers, but it's not like he does not have competition. It's ridiculous to say he doesn't. That being said, getting Malwika to hit... So Malwika also is not as strong as people make her out to be, because she has such hyper-specific teams for her strength. Because she's just an awfully designed unit. Yeah, so I do regret getting Neuvillette C1. I wish I could have taken that back. That was an immediate regret as well. Linny's fun. But again, would I pick Linny over like any other character which I really like? No, sorry Linny. I do like Linny as a character as well, it's just like better priorities. What conversation now with Deo? Oh, it's not in the second. Cool. Does it sound? No, it doesn't. Okay. I do kinda regret Yai. Yai's one of my favourite characters, and she carried me for a very long time. But from a strength perspective, there's no reason to have Yai in current year. She doesn't do much at all, unfortunately, that no one else can do. She's not really. She is good, but like, you can just get Fischl, and Fischl's an easy character to C6 because she's in the store and she's old. So you can just get Fischl C6, and they're very interchangeable at that point. In fact, Fischl C6 Fischl probably does outdamage Yaimiko, and has higher team variety. It is a C6, but it's an easier C6 because you can buy her from the store. Kokomi's great, never doubted Kokomi. Eula was a fucking mistake. I should never picked up Eula. She is fun, I really do like playing her, but strength-wise, Eula is catastrophically awful. Even worse than Keqing. Granted, Keqing's best use is to buff Fischl. As a Fischl driver, but still, oh god, Eula, it's so awful. I do regret pulling Tartaglia. I do. They ran him right before Neuvillette released, and if I knew what Neuvillette was about to unleash on the game, I would not have gotten him. Anyway, it's been 20 minutes. Let's play with Quest. Hopefully isn't long. I'm interested in this quest, first of all, because you get 3 primos. I like Mizuki as a character so far from the event. And I think I've seen things which would suggest this event is... this quest is different.
Times. Huh? What's that?
I think I heard they're changing the approach to story quests. I think they said they're gonna like make
Paimon
them
doesn't think they look
lower
anything
scale
like
or
that.
something.
Oh, maybe there's a new kind of yokai in town.
Why do my teeth hurt?
Is it trying to get us to follow it? What's that girl doing over there? She doesn't look well. Let's go check on her. Oh, what just happened? All we did was lock eyes with her for a split second, then... Wait, where did all these people come from? And what are they here for? True. Oh, and there's that girl. She's still here. Maybe she knows what happened.
If I leave now, will I have enough time?
How many times do I have to explain?
There's no going back if I report him, but...
Anxiety over a lack of creative inspiration. Well, inspiration tends to give anxious minds a wide berth, so I hope our treatment will help you relax.
Thank you.
Remorse for the misdeeds of the past, and despair over the sorry state of the present. I can help you face your troubles with a more positive mindset, but you'll need to work through things in your own time too.
Many thanks.
Next, please.
What's wrong with her?
I'm fine. Next, please. Delicious!
Whoa, that was unexpected.
Huh? What do we have here? Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Sorry for what? We have no idea what's going on here, let alone what you're sorry for. Would you mind bringing us up to speed?
Oh, it looks like you've entered my dream by mistake. Let me wake you up, then I'll explain everything.
Dream? When did that... Whoa!
Hi. Feeling more awake now? I never expected the Traveler to literally come to me in a dream. Oh, someone I know talks about you all the time. Plus, I'm pretty good at profiling people based on their reputation.
We're literally a celebrity now. Everyone knows who we are. Why are we asking?
So, who are you?
Right, of course. It's our first time meeting each other, so I should introduce myself properly. My name is Yume Mizuki, or just Mizuki for short. I'm a Yumekui Baku, which is a kind of yokai here in Inazuma.
Yume Kuibaku? Hey, it's that little critter from before!
That's what we look like in our original form. I'm guessing that's the one that led you into my dream earlier? Baku feast on the bad dreams of human beings, but we need to be in a dream of our own to digest them. The place where you met me earlier was where I go to digest bad dreams. I must have swallowed one too many bad dreams, because they were causing me some digestive trouble. It's actually a good thing you showed up when you did. Call it a happy accident, I guess. Thanks to your help, I'm now able to digest all these dreams properly.
Yeah, we thought you looked a little uncomfortable. That's why we came over. We didn't know what it was. We just thought maybe you could use some help. And Paimon really hates bad dreams, so Paimon's even more happy to help knowing that you can eat them.
Thank you. But I still owe you an apology. While you were inside my dream, I ate one of your dreams. But it wasn't a bad one. It was a nice one. I've eaten so many bad dreams today that I just scarfed it down without noticing.
So, Yume Kuibaku can eat good dreams too, huh? Still, is that really such a big deal?
Of course it is. Dreams are some of the most precious things a person can have. And I just went and gobbled it down. It's the unwritten rule of my kind. Never eat someone else's good dreams without permission. I can't believe I was so careless. But don't you feel horribly depressed? Isn't your mind suddenly flooded with distressing memories? Huh. Remarkable. I've never heard of someone remaining so mentally stable after having a good dream of theirs devoured.
It is getting pretty difficult out there, Mizuki.
It's probably because the Traveler has too many good dreams to count.
Maybe. But I still owe you something for your trouble. Ah, here, take this.
It's a VIP pass for the Isa bathhouse.
I actually love that little drawing of her. Again, like, I wish I could pull for her. So I like her design, I like everything I've seen of her character, I even like the idea of her kit. It's just I've heard she's tremendously weak. To the point she's just not worth investing in at all, and she's also she's going to be a standard banner character. So I probably will pick her from a standard selector.
Staffed by clinical psychologists and
That reminds me, I need to
offering
check
spa
my
and
day
dining
constellations.
services. We invite you to bring us your troubles and leave refreshed.
So I do want to get
renewed.
Dea C2.
That's where I work.
Or
You'll
maybe.
find the address on there
Deo
too.
C2 should be her base kit. It really should. Deo C2 is like what makes her usable. Prior to C2, she's an utterly awful character. Fuck me, never. Don't post Instagram comments, man. People respond to the most dumb shit here.
This invitation
damn.
letter entitles
It's
you
not
to
worth
enjoy
it.
our highest tier service, free of charge. Oh, and speaking of work, I'd better get back before I'm missed. Hope to see you as customers soon.
So she's a Yume Kuibaku that eats bad dreams and a clinical psychologist too? Paimon's never considered therapy before. Then again, Paimon never really gets that stressed out. Oh, except
Earlier
when
today
she's
I
trying
watched
to
a
decide what
little
to eat.
video essay about
Speaking of
Hu
eating, that
Tao's
bathhouse
second
place
story
does
quest.
fine dining.
It was a
And
really
we have
good one.
VIP
I
pass.
forget what
That
it was
means
called,
we
but
can eat as much as we want,
mean-
right? This is the opportunity of a lifetime. We can't let it go to waste.
Alright. Really good video.
I see everything.
Sometimes I gaslight myself and think maybe I don't know what a good story is. So it's always good to have some reassurance that no, I'm not crazy, not yet. And also, there's some similarities between it and Natman that I didn't even pick up on. Like how both stories start with, well, not quite start, but very early on, have a child go missing in the border between life and death. It's a really good video. If anyone were to watch this and then try to search for it on YouTube, you'd know which one I'm talking about. It's one which came out today. Or yesterday, technically. I think. Yeah, it probably was late last night, actually.
Bathhouse. Well, based on the letter, this should be the place. It looks familiar. We've walked past here several times before, right? Just never got inside.
Oh, are you here to visit the Isa bathhouse?
Whoa! Oh, where did you come from?
Oh yeah, I completely forgot to even mention
sorry.
Mualani. Mualani's
Forgive me,
strong,
I
but
didn't
she
mean
does
to
more
intrude.
damage.
We've been struggling to attract customers
She's just
recently,
harder to
so
use
I
and
got a
doesn't have the
little
self-sustain
overexcited when I
or
heard you
quite as
discussing
much
my
AoE.
bathhouse.
Your bathhouse? So you run the place, huh? And business isn't going so great, you say?
Yeah, Mualani does more damage than Builet. And depending on the circumstance, she can do more damage than Hu Tao. I think it does depend on some like specifics of which enemies you're fighting, their res, and also just certain nuances, like how much do they move and stuff. Also lag. I mean, lag is also relevant to Hu Tao as well, actually. For dash cancelling.
Oops. Please forget I said that. It just slipped out. Now, do you have an appointment?
We have a VIP pass. Can we use it now?
What? I've told them before, a promotional gimmick isn't gonna magically fix our business. Who issued this thing? Wait, is that Miss Yume Mizuki's signature? I'm so sorry. I had no idea you were invited here by Miss Yume Mizuki. Please, feel free to redeem your VIP pass now if you'd like. Just give your names at reception.
Sounds like she has a lot of clout. But aren't you supposed to be the boss?
I miss Aika.
I am, yes, but
I miss
Miss Yume Mizuki's a major shareholder. The business never would have gotten off the ground without her investment.
What?
Oh, it's no cause for alarm, though. She's a very responsible person. In addition to being a shareholder, she's also personally involved in our day-to-day business. She only returned to Inazuma recently. Otherwise, I'm sure you'd have heard of her by now. She's a highly renowned clinical psychologist.
She was in Natlan up until now. And so that means this just makes my whole problem with the Natlan war even worse. Because now we find out there are people of foreign nations in that land at the time the war was occurring. Which makes the fact that no other nations even acknowledge where it happens even worse. Because, like, in our world, granted our world is different, but in our world, whenever there's any kind of conflict or something going on in the country and we have our own nationals there, people freak the fuck out. We're like, get those people home. Whenever there's an international incident and our people are involved in it, it's like, for fuck's sake, people will freak out. So, when A's citizens within that land potentially getting slaughtered, she does nothing. When Fontaine's citizens are vacationing in that land and war breaks out, Farina Neuvillette and everyone in charge of the automatons, they do nothing. No one does that, no one cares, even though now we've established that there are foreigners there as well. It just makes it even worse.
Please, head on in.
Previously, before it wasn't necessarily a logical problem. It was just a very inconsistent thing, because you would have it was a character problem before. Because it would have made sense for other characters to intervene, but it wasn't really a logic problem where it was illogical for them not to. But this kinda does. It's still more of a character thing, but it also does make it logical. They're kind of the same thing. Whatever. It's a problem. It's a really stupid, rather large problem.
An indoor hot spring? Oh, Paimon's gotta give that a try.
Hello? I'll be right with you. Ah!
Oh, you okay?
Oh, sorry, I'm so clumsy sometimes. But don't worry about me. Putting customers in a bad mood is the last thing I want. I promise I'll provide an excellent service. Please don't leave.
How many times do I have to tell you? You breaking a few plates isn't the reason we've been losing business. Stop apologizing for yourself all the time. All it does is make you look like an easy target.
It's all good. We're not out to target anyone. You didn't hurt yourself, did you?
No, don't worry. As
Is
long
she
as
the
it didn't ruin
normal,
your
like,
experience,
tall
that's
character
all that
height, or is she
matters.
even taller? She feels
Now,
even taller.
Well, it looks like you'll be my first customers today, so, according to our standards of service, I need to,
Why is she so panicky? Actually, we're...
Shion, let me see to these two. They're my guests.
Ah, there she is! Baku Lady is back.
So Mizuki invited you here? As VIPs? Does this mean you're gonna save the bathhouse?
She means you must be very wealthy. Not everyone can afford our VIP service after all. But a couple of customers with cash to splash doesn't solve anything in the long run. You should focus on what to do about our new competitor.
Aw, Murasaki. Was that you showing some concern for our business? I'm touched.
Ugh, did not.
Since you're so eager to find solutions, you can work on our most pressing task, bringing our accounts up to date. With your smarts, I'm sure you'll fly through it.
Subtext being, you can't give it to Shion because she's a moron and she'd screw it up?
Shion, I'll take things from here. What I'd like you to do is head to the kitchen and prepare some of your very best snacks for our VIPs.
Will do! That's my specialty!
Sorry to keep you waiting. I have to keep our staff calm to ensure you have the best experience. The panicky little girl is Hyakujitsu Haku Shion, and the lazy lady is Shiba Murasaki. They're both Baku, just like me.
Wait, so the older-looking one is actually younger, and the younger-looking one is older?
That's right. How we choose to appear is just a matter of personal preference. It's more reflective of our personality than our age.
Do you want to get into a discussion about Lolly? No, I don't. I got some chocolate Easter eggs, mini eggs. If you can tell. I had this debate with my friend before at uni. They were calling me a nonce, and I was like, dude, I very much maintain that I don't think there are any bad creative ideas. I think any idea can be made good. It's about execution, and what other ideas you merge with it. I am not defend. I never defend the lollies. What I defend is the concept of having a character appear young but actually be old. That's it. And then you judge it on a case by case basis. Nahida, great. Nahida's a great character. There's a lore reason for her to appear young. And it's handled completely fine. Klee's also fine, because she is a child, she is treated like one, and she's really wholesome. What's wrong with that? There's no... Sometimes it's almost like people seem to think it's bad to have a child character in a game. That's just weird. What's wrong with having a child in a game? Doesn't make sense. Chi-Chi is where it starts to get a little weird to me, but she's in a similar position to Klee. And Yao Yao as well. Yao Yao is also a really just sweet, wholesome character that is a child. There's nothing wrong with that. Diona is where I'm like, what? Why? Diona is part where I'm like, I don't get this. I feel like there's more characters I'm forgetting. Oh, Sayu, yeah. The weird part for me with Genshin, I don't really have a problem with any... I don't like Diona, but that's not because she's a young character. The problem I have with it, in Genshin, is the fact that all of the child characters are female. And why? I am pretty sure the actual reason why all of the child characters are female is simply because Genshin are lazy. It took them this long. Mizuki here is the first character since Genshin's release to actually make a new character model. She has a new face shape. Prior to this, like, every single character used the same face shape. She's the first one with a new face shape, which is cool. But yeah, so Genshin are quite lazy at times. I do not think there's... I highly doubt there's anything insidious about the fact that all the children characters are female. I think it is simply that Genshin designed a female child character model and designed it with the dress and cloth physics of the dress. And then they're like, fuck, I can't be bothered. And they just never... Because they don't want to bother having to make a male model, they're simply not going to. And that's it. That's why we don't have any male child models. I think they were doing the same with Star Rail for a while. I do think they did make some male children in Star Rail. This is a weird conversation. Well, I don't know, it's Jason Hinton. It annoys me when any idea goes. I do not see any problem in having a character appear younger than they actually are. It's a very common thing. This is in so many stories. It's in popular fucking culture. What the fuck do you think makeup is? The only thing which makes it weird is the fact it's anime. For people, it seems. The moment anime does it, then it's weird, but anyone else doing it at any point, for any reason, is fine, no one cares. But the moment it's anime, now it's weird. I don't get that.
Anyway, enough about them. Back
Anyway.
to you two.
Let's play the game.
Per the terms of the VIP pass, you're entitled to free use of all our services. So the spa, the fine dining, and psychological consultancy. I would recommend starting with the psychological consultancy. Between me and you, one of the steps involves getting your bad dreams eaten. Since I ate one of the traveler's good dreams by accident, this seemed like the best way to make amends.
Ooh, we get to have our bad dreams eaten by a Yume Kuibaku? That sounds fun! Oh, that's a good point. You've been having some difficulties recently, right? It wouldn't feel right to get all this free service while you're struggling. Is there anything we can do to help out?
I take it you overheard Mr. Aikawa complaining about our current situation.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to cause you concern. Mr. Aikawa is a smart businessman, but he tends to worry too much about short-term profits and lose sight of the big picture. Our financial situation is nowhere near as dire as you're imagining. And in any case, passing our business woes on to our customers is hardly the solution. Please enjoy the services we have to offer. Once you've experienced our hospitality for yourselves, I'm quite sure your confidence in our future prospects will be restored.
Can't argue with that. Let's get started.
Of course. The only thing is, psychological consultancy is a one-on-one service that takes quite a long time. But I can't just make one of you wait around while the other one is in therapy.
Yes, you can. Please, just give me some free time from Paimon.
Perhaps I can treat the traveler while Shion treats Paimon?
Oh, that's fine.
Would that work?
Fine by Paimon. But, is she up for it?
Look, I've said this many times before. Paimon's great. I do like Paimon. But we don't need Paimon literally all the time.
She'll be fine. I noticed how gentle and encouraging you were towards her earlier. You're the perfect client for her.
Oh,
Secondly, Shion's therapeutic approach is a little different from mine. It often involves food, so she might be a better fit for you.
food therapy? Oh, that sounds perfect.
All right then, please follow me. Don't get me wrong, Paimon is genuinely better suited to Shion. But in all honesty, yes, I had my own reasons for wanting to treat you myself. Your psychology is so unique. I just had to investigate further to satisfy my own curiosity.
Oh, eyes are
Please,
crazy, man.
come with me.
You can get fucking lost in.
Before we begin, please take a seat on this chair.
I was about to say, like, remember when we first came to Inazuma and we, like, sat down with Aika in the tea house? Did we even do that? Was that in part of Aika's story quest? Might be in part of Aika's story quest. But I'm pretty sure I didn't stream the Inazuma Archon quest, I don't think. I think I started streaming in the latter half of Sumeru. Something. It'd be really annoying to go back and check, because it's 2 years ago now. Oh god, I've been playing this game for 2 years. Honestly, I am kind of surprised that people have been playing Genshin for 5 years since it released. Because I do feel like... gameplay-wise, Genshin used to be so much weaker in terms of gameplay. I do not imagine Genshin being like a fun game pre-Dendro. And by pre-Dendro, I mean both because Dendro made the game better, but also because when Dendro released, characters also started getting designed better. Except for Tainari. Tainari sucks.
There's a theory which suggests that we bury our most powerful emotions deep within our dreams. That's the territory I would like to explore. Before I start, I'm going to ask you a few questions. I want you to nod your head for yes and shake your head for no, all right? Very good. Now, I'm going to plant a few thoughts in your subconscious, but it's nothing to get nervous about. Just a way to improve your sleep quality, so the treatment will be more effective. This is an incense from Sumeru that soothes the mind. The fragrance is said to be the scent of dreams. Now, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and concentrate on the scent. The next step requires some visual preparation, so don't open your eyes until I say so. Oh, where did it go? I need to have a stern talk with Murasaki. How hard is it to just put things back where they came from? This needs another dab here. That's better. I said no peeping. I'm still not ready yet. Hey, don't run off now, darlings. Come here. For goodness sake, your butt's showing. All right. Shh. Let me do that for you. I can see that you don't like being kept waiting. Go on, open your eyes. Everything's ready. Take a good look at this painting. There are some very special little darlings hidden within it, and I'd like you to find them. Oh, are your eyes feeling sore? If so, please feel free to take a break. Careful. When you look a psychologist directly in the eyes, they can see every little thing you're thinking.
I'm at a blank. What am I searching for? I was
Do you
was
see
reading.
her? Isn't she just
Someone was asking a
adorable?
question. You? Okay.
Now you just need to find the others. She's a Baku as well. Whenever someone starts dozing off, she's there waiting for their dream to begin. Your journey into Dreamland began as you were looking for them. Feeling sleepy? Now I want you to take my hand. Very good. Now close your eyes again for me. I want you to completely relax and focus your attention on the feeling of my palm touching yours. Notice how all other sensations in your body are slowly fading away. Now, imagine you're not holding my hand, but your favorite things in all of the world. You run your hand through the sakura blossoms, gently falling through the air. Then through a squirrel's fur. Then you grab a fistful of sand on the beach. You are once again in the wilderness, running with the wind at your back. But slowly, your palm loses sensation. You lose your way and find yourself surrounded by darkness. You can't see anything, but you hear someone calling you. And now, a light is shining from the same direction as their voice.
I'm really liking this sequence.
Traveler, come over here. Longing caused by separation. It tastes so bitter. Please don't stop moving. Despair caused by failure. Icy cold on the lips. Please, keep going. Regret caused by missed opportunity. A sharp aftertaste. Please don't look back. Go to where the sakura petals fall. Go to where the squirrels play. Go to where you can hear the sound of the waves. That is where I am. Holding my hand tight, those lost sensations come back to you. The feeling of running your hand through falling sakura blossoms, or through a squirrel's fur, or of grabbing a fistful of sand on the beach. And as you return from the wilderness, you gradually recover your other senses as well. We've reached the end of today's session. Don't get up yet, though. You were just in a very deep sleep, so you're probably still feeling a little groggy. I've switched to a different incense that'll help get rid of your drowsiness.
How you getting along, Traveler?
How are you feeling after your session, Paimon?
Kinda fresher and more relaxed? It feels cozy somehow.
Obviously, it's not the intention, but there can be very uncomfortable undertones with a therapist drugging their patient. Because that is kind of what's happening here.
Good. That's exactly how you should feel after having a nightmare eaten. It sounds like the session was quite effective.
Oh, for sure. Paimon especially liked how she used the sense of taste to help guide the process. But Paimon was asleep for most of it, so she's not really sure how it all works. Did the Yumikui Baku just, like, sneak into your brain and gulp down your bad dreams in one go?
It's quite a bit more complicated than that. It deals with people's most visceral emotions, which have to be handled with the utmost care and attention.
That sounds super mysterious.
Sorry, that probably made no sense at all. Anyway, don't worry about the details. For your purposes, Paimon, just think of it as Xion gulped your dreams away. How are you feeling, Traveler? Really? I still think there's more work to be done.
What do you mean?
You have quite a reputation for resilience and positivity, so I expected to find very few negative emotions in you at all. But when I was deep in your subconscious earlier, the sheer weight of the emotions hidden there was overwhelming. Well, even if you've buried those feelings deep enough to hide them from yourself, you can't hide them from a trained psychologist. But that's not what concerns me the most. Despite all your negative emotions, I couldn't find a single bad dream. So I just gave your mood a boost for now.
Huh. Well, maybe she's just an eternal optimist at heart.
Optimist or not, everyone has bad dreams. Maybe they're just hidden even deeper in your mind. You're a unique case, as I suspected.
But she said she feels cozy, just like Paimon, so whatever you did, the treatment worked.
True, but as a clinician, I would have hoped to reach a better understanding of my patient. Fine by me, as long as you can put up with a daily nap while holding my hand.
I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. I have no problem at all.
All jokes aside, it's time for you to try out the hot springs. Your mind has had the chance to de-stress. Now it's time to do the same for your body.
Oh, that sounds good. Paimon's feeling relaxed already.
Think counter story quests do
You know,
not
this place
require
provides a
conflict.
really
They don't even
great
require a
service.
counter demo.
It's such a shame that you can't find more
I feel like
customers.
often they come up with some excuse for combat just so they can give you a combat demo of a character. But you don't need the story quest for a combat demo of a character. You have a fucking demo when they're on banner. And that's way better than any demo you can get in a quest, because it's way more controlled. Whereas in a quest, often it's like just kill one enemy and they die in one hit anyway, so you didn't really learn anything about a character. So yeah, there's no point in like having to actually demo a character in your story quest. I mean, if you can fit it in, cool. But you most definitely do not have to. I'm very much a fan of like story quests going away of hangouts, where it's just goofy fun shit just to show off a character. Conflict where it suits, of course. I just want fun stuff to get us to know a character. And that's what this is doing.
Don't start
So
worrying
far,
about our
really.
bottom line
So-
again, or my work so far will count for nothing. Look, as long as we keep providing a great customer experience, we're sure to attract more business eventually.
If you say so.
I think the traveler's recovered from the therapy session now. Let's head to the hot springs.
Most impressive, I must say.
Miko, what brings you here?
There you are. I heard a rumor that you were about to be kidnapped. Naturally, I had to come and see it for myself.
Fuck, I love you, Mika. Fuck's sake. She's still immediately out of that zinger. Alright. What was I about to say? I think I was about to say, because I saw footsteps, I was like, oh, well, now a conflict in the story's going to start. No, it's Miko. Let's
She's joking, right? Paimon can never quite tell with her.
Miko, it's been a while.
She never mentioned? Interesting. We've known each other since before I became the Guji. I've told her all about you. But it sounds like she's forgotten all about me.
You'll have to forgive me. I just didn't want to scare the traveler off. And hi, I'm Miko's friend seemed like a surefire way to do that.
Oh yeah, Paimon's sound she made.
Miko, what brings you here?
What was that? Was that supposed to be my voice line?
Oh, I've missed your way with words.
So, Lady Guji, to what do we owe the honor?
Why, I simply came to see the business that my dear friend has invested in. Oh, and also to urge you to sell your shares before their value plummets to nothing. You could always invest in the publishing house, you know. Business is always booming. You only need to ask.
Sounds serious. But what's wrong? Are the shares really gonna plummet to nothing?
Well, hasn't she told you? Of course. She's your therapist. She has the perfect excuse to never open up. The Isa bathhouse used to be very popular, although not because of the hot springs, despite the name. Their main selling point has always been the psychotherapy services offered by the Baku. But recently, a competitor cropped up. His name is Emura Ichigensai. He operates right here on Narukami Island, and his methods are said to be quite revolutionary. Since he provides a similar service to the bathhouse and boasts even better results, he was able to poach their entire clientele in just a matter of days. Oh, it's such a pity to see how empty this place is now.
Miko, my job is to relieve my clients of their burdens, not to share mine with them.
Oh, of course you'd say that. You're a professional. But no amount of professionalism is going to fix this situation, is it? I heard people have been lining up since the early morning for Emura Ichigensai's clinic today. He's seeing patients just west of Inazuma City. And, how many patients have you seen today?
I was just thinking, I'd love to see Yai Miko get an alternate outfit. It'd really fit for her to get one. Yeah, that looks like you could give her a really fancy dress like Nengguang. Something like that. That'd be cool.
Surely you know I'm not going to quit.
True. Very true.
So, that's it? You're just gonna leave?
Oh, I'd love to help, little one. But I don't want to upset my old friend.
Miko's acting all mysterious again.
I understand why she doesn't want to help. The two of us are technically competitors, after all.
Huh?
Light novels are one way for people to pursue happiness in their free time. So are hot springs, and so is therapy. Miko and I disagreed quite significantly over the question of how to make people happy.
Paimon is so confused by your friendship. Paimon's curious, though. After today, it's hard to believe that anyone could offer a better therapy service than the Yume Baku, which begs the question, who is this Emura Ichigensai guy anyway?
Something of a mystery. I tried to look into his background when he first started poaching my customers, but I couldn't find anything. I suspect he's avoiding me on purpose, since I'm a competitor. In all this time, I haven't even figured out basic things like where he sees his patients.
Well, we at least know where he is today, though, right? Miko happened to mention it in passing.
That's true. But I'm sure he'll find a way to avoid me again if I go looking for him.
Then why don't we go instead? We can pose as potential customers to get information out of him.
As I keep reminding you, this is my problem, not yours.
Exactly. You provide an amazing service here, and we want all our friends to experience it as well.
Huh. Well, now it just seems rude if I reject your help. In return, all I can offer is an even better service on your next visit.
Sure thing. Just leave this to us.
No. They stole it from us. I'm genuinely a little bit disappointed that the only bathhouse scenes were like in the events. I thought it was going to be like its own event themed around a bathhouse. It wasn't at all. Like, my impression was like the event was going to be like you invite like groups of your known characters there, and then chat with them, and that's it. That would have been really fun. I mean, it was cool as is, but it would have been even cooler.
This should be the place.
Anyway, here's our conflict.
That guy looks official. Let's go ask him. Hi there. We're looking for Amura Ichigensai. Are we in the right...
Pay first, take a ticket, then wait your turn.
Okay. 97. What number are you up to so far?
53. Be patient, I'll call your number when it's your turn.
Jeez, what a charmer. Looks like we're in for a long wait, huh? Sounds kinda therapeutic in its own way. But we don't really have a good excuse to resort to violence here. And we definitely don't want to scare off our target. Why don't we pass the time by talking to some of his other patients? It looks like there's a few of them standing over there. Sorry to interrupt.
Do I know you? Ah, so you're here for counseling too.
Yep. Fellow clients of Amura Ichigensai here. Although this will be our first time using his service, so...
Service? How crass. We're talking about spiritual guidance here, not some business transaction.
In fairness to them, they haven't experienced it yet. Ignorance among the uninitiated is only to be expected.
Okay. Well, anyway, Isa Bathhouse calls it a service.
Ah, more defectors from the bathhouse, huh? Service might have a veneer of professionalism, but all it really means is inadequate treatment that costs a fortune.
Why do you say that?
I'll tell you why. After just a few sessions with Emura Ichigensai, you'll completely forget about all your troubles. From then on, it's happy thoughts only. Today's supposed to be my last counseling session. He says that after we're done, nothing will ever trouble me again.
Meanwhile, Isa Bathhouse boasts about their strange and mysterious methods, but it's a total scam. They only treat the symptoms, not the root cause, meaning you have to go back time after time. Also, they can keep charging you, of course.
Exactly. Overpriced and ineffective. But counseling from Emura Ichigensai? I can't get enough. I know I'm done after today, but I'd take any excuse to keep coming back.
Me too. Probably see you tomorrow then?
Whatever the truth of the matter is, Paimon is starting to seriously dislike these guys. Fine. Yeah, so we're mostly here to see what all the fuss is about. You guys seem to be experts by now. Is there anything we need to do to prepare for our session?
No, you don't need to do anything.
I'm confused. Why does Paimon dislike them? We haven't really done anything bad. Everything he's said here so far is hard to contest. The one way I just contest the way his tone, and also him saying professionalism was this thing and then it's actually that thing, which is literally just not correct. That's not the definition of professionalism. But other than that, everything he said is factual stuff. He's right. His phrasing could be more cleaner. But nothing he said is wrong. Like, think ignorance. Ignorance sounds like a really mean word to use. There's nothing wrong with ignorance. I don't know what happened in society, but like people think that like when someone calls you ignorant or something, it's like a massive insult or something. Not everyone is ignorant of something. Literally everyone. Everyone is ignorant. Every single human that's ever existed. For you to not be ignorant, you'd literally have to be God. It's not an insult to be ignorant. So when someone says you are being ignorant, it's not really an insult unless they're explicitly saying it as such. Like willful ignorance. Willful ignorance, that is an insult. If it is something like willful ignorance regarding Palestine. That is a bad form of ignorance. Ignorance of, I don't know, the best game released last year. That's an okay form of ignorance, but who cares? Ignorance just means like not knowing something, basically. It's like it sounds like a really harsh word, but it's not at all. That's just a weird thing I've always thought about.
Just show up,
I don't get why
take a
Paimon's
seat, and
pissed.
he takes care of the rest. I remember
I think
he
these
lit
guys are
some
clearly being
incense.
manipulated, though.
It smelled wonderful and instantly relaxed me.
Yeah, okay, so he's drunk. Alright.
I already know of the troubles that bring you to me.
I don't know why I lose my temper so easily. I'm pretty messed up, right?
Yes, in the sense that all negative emotions are defects of the mind. But I can remove these defective feelings, leaving your mind healthy, whole and free of distressing thoughts. Now, receive my guidance.
I don't actually remember the guidance, but anyway, it clearly worked. I guess whatever he said disappeared from my mind and took my problems along with it. Oh, so rude. Your counseling session will change your mind. In more ways than one.
Like, that's rude. That's because it's being
What's wrong
manipulated,
with
clearly.
that? You said it yourselves. The whole reason everyone's coming to this guy is because they're worried about getting scammed out of their Mora.
That's a fair point. You just need some reassurance, right? In that case, I can let you in on a little secret.
Go on.
Well, someone in my family actually knew Imura Ichigensai before he made a name for himself. Apparently, he had a terrible temper. Pretty much everyone in the neighborhood had issues with him. But he must have had some sort of epiphany, because he did a complete 180. Went from having the most rotten temper you can imagine to one of the most cheerful people around. Even more amazingly, all the people who used to despise him ended up becoming his best friends. His neighborhood's more peaceful and pleasant than it's ever been. So you can rest assured that whatever treatment you get from Imura Ichigensai, he tried and tested it on himself first.
Huh? What a ridiculous story.
Doubt it all you want. I heard it straight from my relative who knows him personally.
What should we do now? We may have burned our bridges with these two.
You know what would be cool? Is if we also fell under his control or whatever he's doing, and then Mizuki had to save us. That'd be cool. We are never the person in trouble. That's how that happen at some point.
There's still a lot of people ahead of us, though. Why don't you take a rest while Paimon keeps watch? Just like how we do it on the road.
I don't know why, but that just made me think of the Samsara in Sumeru. Oh no. Apparently, I've heard some people didn't like the Samsara in Sumeru. Granted, literally just YouTube comments I read. That's bizarre because the Sumeru Samsara is like one of the best parts of Genshin story. It's so scary. It works really well. It also added quite a lot of depth to Paimon, actually. It's probably the single greatest moment of yeah, it's probably Paimon's best moment in the entire story is when she's scared of the Traveler not returning. It's a fantastic introduction to Nahida as well.
Traveler, it's almost time! That was a long wait. Paimon's gonna need a nap after this, too. Alright, now time for us to go meet Mr. Amura Ichigenzai. Oh, hello! We're number 97! It should be our turn now, right?
Yeah, sorry, the clinic's closed for the day.
What? Why?
Because Emura Ichigensai doesn't have limitless energy, that's why. He's gone home to rest. You'll have to try again tomorrow.
We've been waiting so long!
Not as long as some people. Try getting here earlier next time. Save yourself the trouble. Spiritual masters like Emura Ichigensai cultivate their powers with peace and solitude. Someone like you ain't gonna find them.
Drat! We should have barged in after all. Yeah, nothing else we can do for today.
Also, this is a new building, right? This has not always been here. This is new. I just want to switch to Garnet. I am pretty sure that back when I first started streaming, I was still using Garnet as my main team. Maybe I should go back. Hopefully there's some way I can like filter. Can I filter my... Actually, yeah, let me try real quick. Just right now. Can I filter my streams by oldest? Because then I might be able to. Okay, so my first ever Genshin stream was 3rd of July 2023. Oh, wow. Oh my god, so, oh, back then, oh dear. So my team was Ganyu, Barbara, Nahida, Yai. So do you any story quests on the stream? Exploring some area. Oh, I had Kazuha. Why do I switch to... There's an R&R. It wasn't Kazuha team, like really banked out. I saw that for like a millisecond now. Oh wait, no. Kivala, Ganyu, Amber, Kazuha? Is that an exploration team? Christ. Where the fuck is it? Oh, it's Van Rana, or Old Van Rana. Like some similar exploration. I'm looking at a friend's profile for some reason. Fighting the boss. When I'm in the relay.
It's so nice to de-stress.
I'm gonna take my screenshots. Ganyu on up in the mountain. My first ever Genshin stream. Then my journey streams. Celeste Farewell, and then Genshin Story Quests. Oh, now I have Koken. This is August. These are the story quests that I do first. Tainari?
Should we really be off work this
Really?
week? There is still a lot left to do.
Yelan? Oh, okay, so maybe with Yelan and Tainari. Yes, I went through like all the character story quests before Fontaine. I remember doing that. Oh, my streams when Fontaine first released. Oh, so I was still using Garnier at the start of Fontaine as well.
It's so nice to de-stress.
I'm just looking at Hydro Traveler. I did not realize I suppose it makes sense. I guess when Fontaine released, I had only been playing the game for like 5 or 6 months, I guess, at that point. So I guess it makes sense I was still using my original team. Ah, the old days. I do want to switch back to that team at some point because it's a good team. It works. But when you really think about it, it's not a bad team at all. The only thing it's missing is interruption resistance, if we're being honest. But we can run it with Kokomi instead and Kuki Shinobu. Yeah, I will give more damage than if it was Yai Miko. The only thing we're missing is interruption resistance, which is what if Rina gave interruption resistance as one of her constellations or something, goddamn, dude. We do need more supports who give interruption resistance, just very few of them, which aren't shielders. Yeah, you can also, of course, play a character which doesn't care as much for interruption resistance. Unfortunately, it doesn't work well with Ganyu here because Kuki requires us to be close to our target. Unless if we go with the original comp of Kokomi and Yai, but... Of course, we can also replace Ganyu with another character that doesn't care for interruption resistance, which can be Nervalet, it can be our Haytham. It's very quickly. It's not super hard to like find a character who's better than Ganyu for his team. It's fun. Hyperfridge is fun, damn it. Like Nervalet would do more damage on his team, our Haytham would do more damage on his team. Hu Tao could deal more damage on his team. It's going to be a little bit inconsistent though. Zhao does more damage on this team. Well, that is about it, but... Again, part of what makes Ganyu so great is that she just consistently hits for like 30k every single hit, no matter what you do. It's great. All reliable. I'll always love it. Always. I was trying to get a Hu Tao figurine off eBay earlier, but I couldn't really find one.
So he gives
They all seem
spiritual
to be either
guidance,
knockoffs or
and it
absurdly
takes
expensive.
all your troubles away, and leaves
Same for
only
Ganyu,
happy
but I
thoughts.
didn't check. Last time I checked for Ganyu was a while ago. But yeah, Ganyu's figures also aren't great. I bought one a while ago and it was a knockoff.
Not even Mizuki could do that.
I'm fine
and
with
she's an
knockoffs.
incredible
If they can
psychologist.
hide the fact it's a knockoff, and as long as, you know, they actually work. The Ganyu knockoff I got sucks. It doesn't actually fit into its like statue stand either. So it really does suck. My poor Ganyu statue.
Is that right? Paimon was gonna say it.
It certainly is. Humans are, how to put this, they're a moody race. Always upset about something. Show me a human without a care in the world, and I'll show you what messed up really looks like.
You think? Because honestly, this sounded pretty convincing. And they said they only left the Isa bathhouse because they found it didn't deal with the root cause of their issues.
But the idea he is spreading is categorically wrong.
That settles it then. Imura Ichigensai is a quack, making false claims to steal all our customers.
Also, She reminds me of Rochia from Wuthering Waves.
Is that why he's doing this? To steal our customers? Or is there more to it? It's unfortunate that you didn't get to meet him in person. I need some idea of the kind of person he is. Otherwise, I have no hope of figuring out his motivations and goals.
Yeah, it's too bad. Although, if it's any help, we did hear a bit about his backstory from someone else. Apparently, he used to have a really rotten temper, but then one day he suddenly reached enlightenment and became a spiritual master or something.
Imura Ichigensai. Rotten temper. Now wait just a minute.
I actually just realized she is a new character model as well.
Records is normally the most tedious job in the world. But once in a while, something mildly amusing grabs my attention. Take a look
looking
at
at her character model and feel like something weird about her. She's a new character model as well. There's not a character of that height before. Is Genshin reinvesting some of the money they make from the game? Did they make $100 million plus, at least, minimum, off of Moika's banner and then decide maybe we should put some of this back into the game's development?
Amora Chuya?
It's him. I remember him.
Wait, that guy? Oh
no! What is it? What about him?
Where to start? Imagine a big ball of negative emotion took on human form and started walking around. That's pretty much Imura Chuya. His patient record mentions that he loved nothing more than a heated argument. No matter how trivial it was, he could never agree to disagree. He always had to be right. The happiest part of his day would be winning an argument and proving the other person wrong. If he lost, he'd sulk, and if anyone called him out, he'd throw a huge tantrum. Before long, he'd turned everyone against him.
Sounds like he had issues.
Oh yeah, serious issues. Anyway, since no one would talk to him in real life
Man, I kind of wish I'd gotten Ganyu C1 from Chronicled Wish. She's never coming back.
Where he would attack writers and trade insults with other contributors.
20% cry of shit would have been good for her. That's 10 to 20% bonus damage. And extra energy economy, which she doesn't really need, but oh, that could have been good. Fuck. It's always people like don't care that get the shit.
Naturally, this ruined the column for everyone, and the editors soon started rejecting his letters. Next thing you know, he's written a complaint letter to the Tenryou Commission, demanding that Inazuma pass a law to make it illegal for the Yae publishing house to reject letters from readers.
Gee whiz! Where would you even start with a client like that?
In my case, by giving them a wide berth. Mizuki dealt with this guy. I'm pretty sure he only came here to try and start something. But Mizuki managed to get him into a session, and after some treatment, his mood improved by a lot.
Murasaki makes him sound like a rabid animal. He wasn't that out of control. Sure, his personality was very abrasive, but it wasn't hard to see why. Once I understood his situation, I was able to diagnose him very quickly. You have very high expectations for yourself, but you've faced a lot of rejection in the past and haven't achieved much in your life. You've never had any real close friends, so you don't know what healthy connections with other people
what's it
look
called?
like.
Client
This puts
confidentiality?
you and your ego in the center of your world.
Mizuki,
In short, you long to feel a sense of accomplishment and to receive attention from other people. But both of these are lacking in your life. You have no idea how to properly deal with these emotions, so you've been taking it out on other people. Partly to seek attention,
Oh dear.
and partly because you get a shallow sense of
I understand
accomplishment
this.
whenever you win a war of words with another person.
You promised the world in your adverts, and that's seriously the best you can come up with? I'm not even going to bother explaining all the reasons you're wrong. I mean, you completely misunderstood why I even sent that complaint letter. The Yai Publishing House practically has a monopoly on Inazuma's publishing industry. How can they ignore what their readers have to say?
In the magazine column you wrote to, your strongly worded letter appeared alongside dozens of others which praised the writer for their work. You can't talk about what their readers have to say without including them, too.
No one with half a brain would praise a festering pile of garbage like that. Those are not opinions worth listening to.
So when I touched on the idea of you having an egocentric worldview, this is the kind of thing I was talking... So when I touched on the idea of you having an egocentric worldview, this is the kind of thing I was talking about.
I think I want therapy. Oh dear.
Wow. How the heck did you get him to stay for treatment after dropping all of that on him?
Simple. The more he realized the truth of my diagnosis, the more he compulsively searched for evidence to refute it with. He lost the ability to communicate like a normal human being. So I kept him here by using his preferred mode of interaction: argumentation. The Tenryo Commission had ignored his complaint letter, so he had no outlets left for his emotional outbursts. Eventually, with the help of some incendiary words, I got him to agree to try some basic therapy. Finally, I was able to tweak his mood and stabilize his condition. It's a shame, really. If I'd only been able to see him a few more times, I know I could have helped him work through his personality issues. But unfortunately...
It was all my fault. For the last time, it was his fault for being a nutjob.
What? What happened?
Well, one day, he comes in as usual for therapy, but Mizuki isn't here, so Shion sees him instead. I don't know what got into him that day, but he suddenly announced that he wished to be free of his troubles for good, and demanded that Shion make that happen. Obviously, she didn't manage it, and then he pulled out a complaint letter to try and intimidate her. That was the last straw for me. I kicked him out and blacklisted him. He hasn't shown his face here since.
Whoa.
Anyway, now everyone's had a look at his record. Do we think there's any chance that this guy and Imura Ichigensai are the same person? Because it sounds to me like after he didn't get what he wanted, he decided to have his revenge by lying to our customers and getting them to leave.
Bad dreams are formed from a buildup of negative emotions in the subconscious. You can't simply trick people into not having them anymore. If Murasaki was right, then surely they'd have seen his lies for what they are by now.
There's no point hemming and hawing. Let's report this guy to the Tenryo Commission for fraudulent business practices. If he can complain, so can we.
Is anyone there?
We'd like to book a therapy session. Can we start now?
Hello! Please come with me. I'll get you registered.
Wait. Those are the two guys Paimon mentioned earlier. Just this morning, they were calling the bathhouse a scam and a ripoff. How are they back here already?
Oh, really? Well, that proves it, doesn't it? I was right. Now that they've realized they were lied to, they've come back. So chin up, Mizuki. I bet you business will start picking up again from tomorrow morning.
Yeah, you Yume Kuibaku provide an unbeatable service. No scammer's gonna run you girls out of business.
Interesting. Well, good. Murasaki, go help Shion, please.
Should have kept my mouth shut. I jinxed it, and now I have to work again.
Now we just need to report this guy as a fraud to the Tenryo Commission. Like Murasaki suggested. Problem solved.
Man, this is making me remember like my idea. I've brought up the idea of like multi-element DPSs before. I'm now remembering I, like many people, wanted Linny and Lynette to be one character that like switched as part of a skill. I think that'd be a really good compromise instead of what we got. I'm just now thinking, I mean, we missed that opportunity with Linny and Lynette, and we've missed it again. We could have done it with Mizuki here and her friends. That could have been cool. I just really want a character that is actually several characters in one. I think that's such a cool idea.
It looks like the Ice
so
Bathhouse will be back in business in no time. No idea if our investigation actually helped, though.
Of course it did. You were a huge help, and I owe you big time for it.
And you can make it balanced by giving it a really high skill ceiling, by making it require specific management of rotations or something. I do think if you're going to do it, you should have the characters be different elements, otherwise it'll just be kind of boring and pointless. So then it's just an aesthetic change. Yeah, I think that'd be so cool.
Now then, you only got partway through the VIP experience last time, didn't you? You still have to try the hot springs and snacks. Both are top tier.
Oh, true! How could Paimon forget about that? Especially the snacks. Wow, Paimon feels incredible now. Nothing beats the complete service package.
I heard that Honkai Star Rail also had a massive problem with the black screens in the new update, which is fantastic. I'm probably never going to get around to it. Never. I might just drop Star Rail. I still have fun playing it though, that's the thing. I still have fun logging on and doing the dailies. So I don't drop it, but look, maybe it'd be better for me to do so.
Agreed! Although Paimon didn't notice her inside just now. What could she be doing out at this hour? Let's ask around. Hey there, Mr. Aikawa. Do you have any idea where Mizuki went?
Oh, you're looking for Mizuki? She actually tends to disappear for a while around this time every evening. It's the one part of the day where she gets to relax herself. As for where she goes and what she does during that time, I'm afraid I have no idea.
She takes the evenings to relax, huh? She probably tells people she's relaxing, but actually she's digesting the bad dreams, right? Hope she's not having any digestive trouble. Oh, remember the place from last time? Let's head there and check on her.
Right, so I have Dea C0. I'm just wondering, like, when the free 5-star selector comes around, would I get Mizuki or would I get Dea C constellation? If I get a Dea constellation between now and then, maybe the Dea one. If not Mizuki. The thing is, I don't think I'd use Mizuki if I got her. Unless she gets better, there's a strong possibility that she does get better. Right now, she doesn't have any good characters to partner with, but maybe later she will. I don't need to worry about it yet, anyway, so...
Next on the agenda...
This should be the place. into one of her bizarre dreams again.
Traveler? Paimon? What are you doing here?
Well, firstly, we were hoping to get our next appointment booked in.
Oh, I see. I was planning on making it back before you finished in the hot springs, but I ended up spending longer here than I intended. Don't worry, this isn't a dream. I was just feeling a little sad.
Oh, what's up? Indigestion getting you down again?
No, my digestion was fine this time. What you saw just now was the aftermath of the digestion process. Like I said, bad dreams are basically bundles of all kinds of negative emotions. When I digest them, I feel them all for myself. So when I'm processing these emotions, I tend to get quite, well, emotional.
Does that happen to all Yumikui Baku?
Oh, don't worry about the others. To feel these emotions, you first have to understand them. Most Baku have a very poor understanding of humanity. So to them, a human bad dream just tastes like a slice of bland white bread. They can basically wolf it down and barely notice the flavor. I'm the odd one out in that sense. When I was studying abroad, I made a serious effort to learn as much about human psychology as possible. Now I understand human emotions much better. I can empathize with them, and I can now discern many complex emotions when I turn my attention to digesting bad dreams. But still, that's no reason for you to be concerned about me. I wouldn't be much of a psychologist if I didn't have the mental fortitude to handle this stuff. Letting your emotions out is one of the most effective ways to process them. Now that I've done that, my mental state is back to normal.
Paimon thought maybe seeing those customers had upset you somehow. It even makes Paimon mad. You work so hard for them and then they turn around and accuse the bathhouse of being a money-making scam? Yes, they were led astray by some swindler, but it's not like they took much persuading.
I can't blame them. The idea that you can forget all of your troubles and never have a bad dream again is a very alluring one. Who wouldn't want to believe that? Traveler, if I really could make you forget all of your troubles for good, would you want me to try?
I mean, I would say yes. But sure, that's a quick, dramatic resolution.
You really are different from other people. Discovering what troubles people is easy for me, even in your case. But although I can see your troubles clearly, I still don't completely understand you. Thanks for checking in on me. As a psychologist, I know how to take care of myself, but you showing that you care is still appreciated.
Someone's throwing a fit about socks and sandals under the water.
Anyway, it's much too late to book another appointment now. You should head home, get some sleep, have a wonderful dream, and come see me again tomorrow.
Alright, good night!
Bye for now. If you still want to book another appointment tomorrow, make sure to come see me early.
Oh yeah, and another thing which will suck about Mizuki is that she's a swirl support. Which means you want to take her to level 90. So she's actually a higher investment than most characters as well. That does kind of suck. If I got her, I don't know if I'd invest in her. If later characters release which make her better, then maybe I would. Again, nowadays I'm on the prowl for interesting characters rather than the most strong ones. I want them to be strong. Sure, I'm not about to turn strength down. If I have to choose one of the two, I would go for fun rather than strength. Also largely because, like, people say Ganyu is weak nowadays. She's still 536 star the Abyss, but not alone. But she was there. And I wasn't expecting that, so strength really is quite bullshit. I was going to say relative, but no,
We're here to book
bullshit
our
is
next
more accurate
therapy
term.
appointment.
It hurts.
Oh no, what's wrong with them?
They've been like this ever since they woke up.
Ooh, it's an extreme case of indigestion.
Huh? How come? Oh, did they eat too many nightmares last night?
I doubt it. We only had 4 customers yesterday, including you two.
Paimon blames the other 2.
You're right. Something's definitely wrong with their nightmares. Our ability to digest dreams isn't just a matter of quantity. It depends on the emotional intensity, too. Point being, no normal person should ever have a nightmare of this magnitude. Oh, this situation is dire. If I can't find a way to help them digest their dreams soon...
What can we do? Let us help!
We need to find those 2 customers from yesterday and figure out the cause of their bad dreams. Without knowing that, I have no way of treating them. Traveler, Paimon, I know you spoke to them both. Think you can track them down?
Let's see. They did say they were gonna get counseling from Amora Ichigensai again. Chances are that's where we'll find them.
Lead the way. I'm coming with you.
Ugh. This is just my luck. Ugh.
Don't worry, I'll look after the bathhouse.
What should I do about work?
Access denied.
You know, I went out to sea earlier today, but was so distracted that I lost my net. Oh well, it's not a big deal though.
Yeah, I messed up today too. But hey, what's the big deal? A few bandits got away, it's not the end of the world.
Hey, you 2! Murasaki and Shion are sick, and it's all because of your bad dreams!
Whoa, someone's in a bad mood, huh? So funny.
I know, right?
What's wrong?
They're acting so weird. Paimon was pretty aggressive just now, but they don't seem offended at all.
Allow me. Gentlemen, do you still remember visiting Isa Bathhouse last night for dream regulation therapy?
Did we?
I don't think so.
Huh. Do you recall having any bad dreams recently?
No, why would I? What in this world could be so bad that it'd give me nightmares?
Nope, nothing comes to mind. Bad dreams must be highly irregular, surely. You don't have to look far to see that life is beautiful.
What is going on? It's like they've completely forgotten what they did last night. Although, Paimon can believe what they're saying. They don't exactly seem troubled by nightmares. Does that mean Amora Ichigensai's counseling actually works?
No. They're clearly not in their right minds. Traveler, Paimon, focus hard for a second. I'm gonna try something a little unorthodox.
Whoa! What did you do?
Entered their subconscious minds. I noticed they've both become disassociated from their subconscious, meaning I can access it, similarly to how I enter people's dreams.
No. No! Those thugs! I won't let them get away with this! I won't!
The sea is too rough today. I should stay on dry land till things calm down.
Huh?
As you can see, their troubles haven't gone anywhere. Susukira seems to have a short fuse, which causes him to act out of line. I'm sure this has caused him a lot of grief in his line of work. As for Umiko, I believe he developed a fear of stormy waves after a near-death experience. Now he's reluctant to sail out to sea at all, which is having a devastating impact on his livelihood. Their negative emotions have been isolated from their conscious minds and left to float around in their subconscious. That's why on the outside, the only emotion they appear to feel is happiness. But those suppressed emotions will only continue to fester in their subconscious, eventually turning into the nightmares that have been giving Murasaki and Shion indigestion. If it's Emura Ichigensai's doing, I guess he's not the straightforward con man we thought he was. Maybe he really does have ways of influencing human emotions. That would explain why no one has blown the whistle on him yet. Did you notice anything strange when you came here yesterday?
Not really. They were a lot more serious than today. You sure kept that one quiet.
Oh, no. Look, we have to find this Emura Ichigensai right away.
Mizuki? What is it?
Something inhuman is at work in Emura Ichigensai. The Traveler's dream confirms that. He has victimized everyone who has received his so-called counseling. If we don't find and stop him as soon as possible, his victims may well suffer irreversible damage to their psyches.
Yikes! Well, guess we better press these guys a little harder. Do you know when Emura Ichigensai will be here next?
What's with the urgency? Why does it matter when he shows up?
Yeah, he'll turn up when he's ready. No point in trying to rush him.
Ugh, this is infuriating.
You do remember what happened last night, both of you. Only you don't want to talk about it, because you can't reconcile the presence of a nightmare with the happiness you presently feel. Just thinking about it brings up an overwhelming sense of being torn apart. You can't quite put it into words, but you fear you're a hair's breadth away from a total breakdown. Is that about right?
Please, stop. Everything will be fine as long as we don't think about it.
Emura Ichigensai's treatment has clearly left you wounded and vulnerable. But don't worry, I'm not here to snap you out of your denial. At least, as long as you answer our question.
All right. But seriously, we really have no idea. We've asked already, and all we know is that he's not coming today.
Yeah, apparently, yesterday's session kind of tired him out.
Is he trying to hide from me again?
They really don't know anything? Darn! Looks like we've hit a dead end.
I don't suppose you know where he lives, do you?
No. We did ask yesterday, but even his guard didn't know.
In that case... Yes, I suppose. Now that I know what's causing their bad dreams, I can administer the correct treatment. Honestly, you've already done your part by bringing me here. I can't keep troubling you.
Don't forget, we want to book our next therapy session. The sooner you stop having to worry about Emura Ichigensai, the sooner we get you all to ourselves. So we're not gonna quit until all this is resolved, and the bathhouse is back to business as usual.
Looks like I have no choice but to accept your help again. I have to make sure Murasaki and Shion get the treatment they need. Still, I'm gonna need your full cooperation. If you do find Emura Ichigensai, please do not approach him. Just send me a message and keep an eye on him until I arrive. The last thing I want is for you to put yourself in harm's way.
Don't worry about that. You should see some of the other bad guys we've taken down in our time. This guy's small potatoes compared to them.
Paimon.
Alright, sure. We'll keep our distance and send the message.
Very good. Let's get going then.
Pretty bold claim saying you'll track this guy down. It's nice of you to give Mizuki one less thing to worry about and all, but what the heck do we do now? What if we can't find him? 'Cause, in case you hadn't noticed, these guys are hopeless. They don't know anything. Oh, wait, you're right! She was the one who tipped us off about this place yesterday! She probably knows way more than she let on. There's no time to lose! To the Grand Narukami Shrine!
Yeah. Miko's teased, but she's not a frick. Miko's there deliberately to get us to go to him so we'd figure out something's going wrong so we can solve it. Which then means for some reason that Miko needs us to solve it and she can't do it herself. What was I just thinking about? Fuck. Oh right. What other story quests do I have left to do? Right. Out of these, I'm a little bit interested in Sino's, less because of Sino and more so because it introduces... I don't remember his name. The Electro Bow character. He's in that story. He's introduced there. Why did I give Sino, of all the characters, Venti still doesn't have his second story quest, but Sino gets 2. Alright. Siegeween, I have no interest in doing yours. Emily, maybe? That's a really big maybe. Clarend, maybe? I don't know. It's been a while. If you'd asked me, like, earlier, if I was interested in Clarend, then I would have been more likely, but now, I don't know if it's worth the time. And Chiori, probably will do Chiori's at some point. Out of all these characters, Chiori's my favourite, definitely. Chiori is a character I want. I just struggle to pull her because, first of all, I don't know if she really contributes anything to my account. That's it, actually. That's why I haven't pulled her. Because I'm concerned about her strength. I don't know if I'd fit her into any of my teams. So, yeah. I heard she goes well with Hu-Tao. Compare John Lee. Surely John Lee have at least 2 characters to make up for the rest of the team's damage. Garnu and the Pyro character Zhangling? Could that team work? Could you make that energy economy work? Because if so, that probably would actually be a pretty good team. Garnu would be dealing less melt damage, but then you have Chiori making up for it. Doesn't Chiori buff charge attack damage? Hold up, let me check this real quick. It's gonna be ages until she gets rerun anyway, she had one fairly recently, but... Doesn't she buff charge attack damage? I thought she did. No, it's just a coordinated attack. Honestly, half of her characters, her design, she looks so fucking good. She was the first Genshin character where I was sending pictures of her to my friends saying I would let her step on her. And I'm not even joking, I was doing that. And I do the same for Camellia. But Chiori, oh my god, man. Such damn elegant design. I love it so much.
She's usually somewhere around here.
Here for a fortune slip, little ones? Or visiting a friend?
Whoa! Where did you come from?
That was a little lukewarm. You're starting to sound a lot like her. But pleasantries aside, what's the matter? You look rather out of sorts. You may remember I dropped a not-so-subtle hint as to his whereabouts yesterday. You mean to tell me you still haven't found him?
Aha! So you did bring him up on purpose!
Let's not lose focus here. You're here to ask for my help. So would you mind explaining the situation to me?
Yeah, fair enough. We went to the place you mentioned, but he slipped through our fingers. Next thing we heard was he's not seeing patients there anymore. Apparently, he loves his peace and solitude. So obviously, we've got no idea where to find him now.
Oh, and after the lengths I went to get you that location.
Don't know if this helps, but we did learn some other stuff about him yesterday. For example, a guy matching Amura Ichigensai's description came to Mizuki for therapy once. Only his name was Amura Chuya.
Wait, what? Amura Chuya?
You know him?
I once asked the Yai Publishing House to host an event for contributors to the Reader's Letters column. I had hoped it might be a fun chance to meet some like-minded people and chat. Until he showed up. Are you telling me that Amura the Hellraiser and Amura the Healer are the same person?
Based on everything we've learned so far, it certainly looks that way.
All right. Well, in that case, give this address a try.
Really? Who chooses to live in a place like that?
This was the delivery address he gave to the publishing house once, when he placed an order for several dozen books in one go. He also requested to pay on receipt. The warehouse took one look and assumed it must be some kind of prank, so they rejected the order, earning them an honorable mention in his complaint letter. Of course, with the benefit of hindsight, it's rather obvious why he lives there. Someone as antisocial as him wouldn't be welcome anywhere else.
You've got a point. Well, we clearly made the right decision coming to talk to you.
I'm just glad I could help my old friend.
You mean Mizuki? So you really do want to help her?
I can tell that she's invested an awful lot into the Isa bathhouse. It's only natural for me to show some concern when I see a friend's business in trouble.
Really? 'Cause yesterday it looked more like you were looking for a fight.
I assume Mizuki has told you that we're competitors. She has always believed that, ever since we were classmates. And now that I'm the Guji of the Grand Narukami Shrine, I'm sure she must feel the need to prove herself through her endeavors at the Isa bathhouse. The last thing she'd want is for me, of all people, to swoop in and save the day the moment the going gets tough. So if I want to help, I have to be mindful of her feelings and tread delicately. I'll take that as a compliment. Mizuki's always so considerate towards others. It would be nice for someone to reciprocate once in a while. Well done, you took the hint. Now, while I'm sure you'd love to chat longer, you seemed to be in a great hurry when you arrived. Shouldn't you be on your way?
Oh, right. Come on, let's send a message to Mizuki right away.
Don't tell Mizuki about our conversation, by the way. If she asks, just say that you figured it out all by yourself.
Damn, this would be a really good set if it gave it to... if it was supportive and not... There's not a single character in the game that uses it. Wow. This is the worst set in the whole game. There's not a single character in the game that wants to use this. That's hilarious. Unless you're making DPS John Lee, in which case, what's wrong with you? I mean, not from a meta standpoint. You will never make DPS John Lee work. But I mean, for fun, sure. He does have some really nice attack animations. And obviously, he's a really nice character. I was just thinking about this. I thought this had a shield bonus on it. It doesn't. So I was just thinking about how I try in this team, how Pyro Traveler, I have to coordinate it carefully to make sure Pyro Traveler triggers melt in order to give Garnu the damage bonus. And I was just thinking, could this work with John Lee instead, or as well as 10 seconds Unfortunately, it's too short, I feel like. Yeah, by the time we actually get into Ganyu, that damage bonus will have like 1 or 2 seconds left. So on this team, if we give John Lee this set, the buff will run out on Ganyu by the time before she even gets to use a single charge stack. So yeah, it would be pointless. That's unfortunate. Ooh, quest. Oh, it's Xavier. Hello. Honestly, I don't remember where I've seen you before, but I know I have many times. Was he the guy with Fontaine event? The film director? Alright, I'll do that quest at some point. I'll never end up doing it. I remember this house being here.
Should be the place Miko mentioned, right?
Traveler, Paimon.
Mizuki! That was quick.
All thanks to you two. With what I learned from those two guys, I managed to give Murasaki and Shion effective treatment as soon as I got back. That meant I was free to head out again as soon as I received your message. So, this is where Emura Ichigensai lives.
Sure hope so, 'cause this is our only lead. Wait, do you guys smell that too? Some kind of fragrance. Seems like it's coming from inside.
Then that confirms it. We've come to the right place. Now we may face great danger once we're inside. So from here on out, stay close to me and stay focused. I don't want either of you getting hurt.
We'll be fine. You just focus on what you need to do.
All right, fine. I suppose you're used to leading the charge.
Whoa. This is not what Paimon was expecting. This is creepy. Feels like there are loads of eyes staring at us.
Calm, yet repressed. The signs are all there.
What is it, Mizuki? Figured something out?
Nothing new. Just further confirmation of my suspicions. Emura Ichigensai should be hiding deep inside this place. Stay close to me.
Alright, let's take a real quick look at her kit. Oh, she does a... Wait, can I? Really? For real? Okay. Do you love those attack animations? Right, so basic attack is useless. Her skill. Alright. I already know how to fix her. Just from reading that, I know what is wrong with her kit and how to fix it. The elemental swirl damage buff is a percentage. It should not be a percentage, it should be a flat amount. It should be like, I don't know, 5 times her EM. So every point of EM that she has is plus 5 damage. Right, my mum's telling me to be quiet. Each point of EM she has is like plus 5 damage, I would say. And then it being a flat bonus is better, so then you don't have to build your entire team around it. Or you can, and it's still really good. She doesn't even have team-wide healing.
Time to relax.
Oh, so she automatically moves forward. Whoa.
Sweet dreams.
Can't use any normal attacks here. Just sucks.
He set up an ambush?
Seems like we're not welcome here. Turn that frown upside down.
Miss Yume Mizuki, you found me at last. Ah, and I see you've brought some friends with you. Please, forgive my lack of hospitality.
Emira Chuya. So it is you.
Mizuki was right after all. Paimon wasn't expecting him to be so polite, though.
Please, do not call me by that name anymore. The old me was plagued by negative emotions, but I have parted ways with them now. That period of my life is consigned to the past, and the name along with it.
You have to listen to me. There is no way to get rid of all your negative emotions. This life you're living now is a lie.
Your perspective is most amusing.
I agree, Chuya. That's not the correct way to phrase it. There could be a way to get rid of negative emotions. And if there is, why not take it?
What's so funny? Don't you know you're harming people?
Harming people? That's what you believe? Very well. I understand and accept your perspective, even if you cannot afford me the same courtesy in return.
What is up with him? He's being so calm and polite. So why does everything he says make Paimon want to punch him?
As you can see, Miss Yume Mizuki, all my psychological problems have been completely resolved. I must thank you for your attempts to diagnose my condition, but I see now that the truth is far simpler than you were proposing. All my misery was merely a consequence of human frailty. I could not hope to remove my emotional impurities on my own strength. I lived in fear and anger. Fear that I was not worthy of other people's attention. Anger at how they invalidated me. I became a slave to my emotions. They turned me into a wretched and loathsome creature, hostile to everyone. But things are different now. I've acquired the ability to eradicate those emotions for good. No longer will I be afraid. Never again will I be stirred to anger. No, I am filled now with only one emotion, and that is happiness. I have become humanity perfected.
What I'm hearing is that you've developed your own unique understanding of psychological issues. So how about you play therapist this time? I have a couple of cases I'd love to hear your thoughts on.
I would be delighted.
The first is a soldier with poor control of his temper. He flies off the handle too easily, and it gets him into all sorts of trouble. This is having a significant impact on his daily life, and he's developed symptoms of depression as a result.
He simply needs to let go of his anger. Then he will surely find peace and happiness.
The second is a fisherman who's developed thalassophobia. Now he is unable to provide for his family, which is causing him immense anxiety.
Oh, of course. He must cast his fear far away and forget it ever existed. Then he can return to the sea at once.
I'm sorry, but you're wrong on both counts.
Oh?
The soldier's anger is rooted in his strongly held principles. Yes, his rage can make him reckless, but it also fuels his deep desire to stand against injustice. Losing his anger made him passive and apathetic. He now stands by and does nothing as bandits attack innocent people. The fisherman's fear made him one of the most reliable sailors around. Thanks to his cautiousness and diligence, accidents were a rare occurrence among his crew despite the dangers of their profession. But after forgetting his fear, he destroyed the fruits of the entire crew's labor on his first return to the sea. Fascinating, isn't it? Anger gives people the courage to stand up for what they believe in, and fear nurtures care and attention.
That's really good. I really, really like that. She's actually kind of fucking destroyed him. Like, immediately. Wow. That's actually
Emotions are integral to human dreams. And after many years of dealing with their dreams, the Yumekoi Baku have learned an important secret about human emotions. Negative emotions do not just go away. They will always be there. This is true for everyone. Not only that, but their presence is essential. You can't have a healthy human psyche without negative emotion. So do you have any idea what you've done to those poor men?
What an amusing theory. In fact, I do remember those two. But I'm afraid that the only emotion I sense in them now is happiness. How can you believe that negative emotions are required for a healthy psyche? It's a laughable theory. Don't you remember how I was when we first met? You call that healthy?
Acknowledging that negative emotions exist doesn't mean giving them free rein over our minds and lives. Humans have a whole gamut of emotions. They're supposed to keep each other in balance. But if that balance gets disrupted, emotions start working against each other. Untethered rage cripples the capacity to be careful and considerate. Uncontained fear drives people to abandon beliefs they once held dear. The person you were when you first came to my practice only proves this further. You were dominated by your emotions. Under their influence, you deliberately inflicted pain on other people. Meanwhile, the person you are now is so lost that you aren't even aware of the pain you're bringing to others. This diagnosis is going to sound harsh, but I'm afraid it's accurate. You've simply gone from one extreme to another. You say you've reached perfection, but you're just as dysfunctional now as where you started.
You... How entertaining. Still, there's no need for me to argue back. You have failed to provoke me. I will forgive you for this offense, because I know my present perfection to be a fact. I have direct and incontrovertible evidence. You once told me that nightmares are the result of a buildup of negative emotions. But ever since I acquired my present abilities, I never had another nightmare again. Clearly, that proves that all of my negative emotions have been definitively eradicated.
I'm afraid not. Look where we are right now. We're inside your nightmare.
What?
No wonder! Paimon knew something was up the moment we arrived!
The enemies that we encountered were manifestations of his negative emotions. That can only happen in a nightmare.
No, that can't be.
That entity claimed it could remove your negative emotions. But all it did was separate them and store them deep in your subconscious, beyond your reach. There they were left to fester. Your situation is far worse than that of the other victims. It has deceived you at a much deeper level. You can't even perceive that at this very moment, you're in the middle of a nightmare.
How laughable. Fear? No. There is no fear left in me. This is all just a terrible joke. This is no dream. No.
Something's appeared behind him.
So, my arch-nemesis has gained through my trickery.
This is really reminding me of Somnium Files. I really like it.
Clearly you came prepared. The emotional cocoon I've wrapped him in was all but impenetrable. Yet still, you managed to tear it down.
So it is you. Just as I thought.
What is that?
A nightmare monster. A fearsome yokai that was once the bane of Inazuma. We Yumekui Baku eat the nightmares of humans, while they called those nightmares their home. So we were natural enemies. When I heard the Traveler recount that strange dream, I knew that this was a possibility. But it's still a shock to see one of our long-lost arch-enemies in the flesh. They were supposed to have gone extinct long ago.
Then allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Kurayume, and I am the last of my kind.
Exposition time.
Kurayume. That's a name I haven't heard in a long, long time. How How have you survived all these years?
Likewise. Mizuki is a name that takes me back to a different age. Although I must say, we may be born enemies, but I have never felt any great animosity toward you personally. Ultimately, the fall of the nightmare monsters was the fault of our hosts. Humans are such fragile creatures. But now, I have found a way to revive my kind, and you are too late to stop me.
Oh no! We've got to catch up to him!
What's happening? Hymon's feeling dizzy all of a sudden.
That's the feeling of rejection. It's so strong. Quick! After him!
There he is! Right there! Whoa! What happened to all the paths?
He's repressing his emotions even harder. Yeah! Turn that frown upside down. Time to relax.
There! He's got nowhere left to run! Whoa! What's happening to the ground?
Watch out!
To me, Mizuki seems like a higher investment sideways to Nilu. Oh, was I supposed to... Oh, I was supposed to fall, okay.
I used my powers to cushion our fall. Is everyone all right?
Don't worry, we've fallen from bigger heights before.
See, functionally,
the bigger issue
they're
here is
both
that he got away and we were so
transformative
close.
reaction-based DPSs, but Nilu's way better. However, Mizuki does, at C6, have some similar buffs to Nilu, so I do feel like at C6 she's better. But it's at C6. Obviously, her C6 is very similar to Nahida's C2. C2. Obviously, Nahida's way more versatile. Nahida's C2 is one of the best constellations in the whole game. It's a really good one, so...
We've been completely cut off. That creature has taken complete control of his consciousness. We'll never catch him.
Would it be easier if we wake up now and go catch him in the real world? If this is his nightmare, he must be asleep somewhere, right?
Remember the fragrance we smelled on our way in? That's how the monster lures people into the dream state. Now we're inside. We can't get out unless we manage to defeat him in his true form. He's turned Emarachuya's nightmare into his lair. There's only one way to force him into the open, and that's by finding a way to eat this nightmare.
Eat this nightmare? But is that even possible?
Not only is it possible, Paimon, it's quite literally my job.
Oh, Paimon knows that. It's just... We all saw what happened to Murasaki and Shion, and this nightmare is super intense. Paimon's worried this won't turn out well.
This monster has harmed too many people. We have to stop it. It's okay. I knew what I was getting into. Let's get moving. We may not have caught him, but our chase wasn't in vain. He led us deep inside his dream. We should now be at the subconscious layer that makes up its core.
It's so dark.
That's what happens if you leave your negative emotions to fester. There must be a lot of emotional fragments in this place. We need to follow them one by one until we reach our destination.
Wait, but what is our destination?
Where the light is.
Sweet dreams!
If I say it's your fault, it's your fault! Do you understand me? You shouldn't go running around with that stupid thing in your hand! Do you want to go hungry tonight?
Ugh, the atmosphere here is so... oppressive. Is it anger or fear?
Be careful. Every time we draw near to one of these fragments, we'll experience the underlying emotion on a visceral level.
You, a writer? Didn't they reject you already? Get rid of this trash! Go find a real job!
Aw, poor guy. Paimon feels so bad for him.
We shouldn't stay here. Let's keep moving.
Time to relax.
Ha ha! I won! Another round? That guy? He never joins in with anything. Why should we go out of our way to invite him? Let's keep playing. Ignore him.
Wow, that's so sad.
Nope, not here either.
Hmm? Look! There's the light! What is this place?
It's his sorrow. Yes, sheer, overwhelming sorrow. Human emotions exist in a delicate balance. When that balance is lost, negative emotions spiral out of control and go on to fuel nightmares. By isolating these negative emotions and allowing them to fester, that monster has completely destroyed his emotional balance. That's why he was able to create such a powerful nightmare. If we want to restore balance, we have to dispose of the excess negative emotion.
Oh, so that's what you mean when you talk about eating nightmares.
Well done, Paimon. Very clever.
Aw. Alright, what's the next step?
I need to find a way to separate the negative emotions out. For that, I need a special medium. Sorrow might just do the job. As long as it's kept in check, it can calm the waves of emotions and help him regain some measure of control.
Let it out, Chuya. Let the tears flow. You'll feel better after a good cry.
This process will untangle his unbridled fear and anger, his unresolved resentment, and his unshakable despair. These excess emotions will be separated out from the rest. They are the source of this nightmare.
Ugh!
It's all right. It's an unpleasant flavor, but I've tasted it thousands of times. A good cry can work wonders. Even though he seems beyond helping, I think he should be able to take another step out from the swamp of despair now.
Are you ready to come out now, Chuya? I'll be waiting for you right here, son. I'd love to listen to more of your stories whenever you're ready.
All right. There goes that nightmare. Hopefully this marks the beginning of a sweeter dream.
Amazing! Suddenly, Paimon feels so relaxed and maybe even happy?
I thought I had found the perfect host, but you found the one weakness in his emotional armor.
Ah! He's back again!
Freeing a single host from my clutches changes nothing! You cannot stop me! I told you you are too late!
Turn that frown upside down.
What is this place?
I can't believe it. He's brought us to the Borderland.
Borderland?
To put it simply, it's a dream within a dream. A space hidden deep within the collective Inazuman subconscious. A dream that can exist even without a host. This must be how that monster managed to survive the extinction of his kind. He hid here.
Mizuki, that eye...
He's trying to turn this place into a nightmare so he'll be more at home. And he's creating copies of himself. This place is connected to the dreams of every human in the nation. From here, he can place a copy of himself in every dream. If he succeeds, then he'll have effectively revived his kind already.
Then we know what we need to do. We gotta take this guy down. Do we think a sword will do the job?
Maybe, if we can get close enough to reach his core. But he's brought the nightmares of all his victims here, and that gives him an immense amount of power. Dealing with this many in one go is going to take a different approach. We need a power to rival his nightmares. The power of sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams? Where are we gonna find those?
Lost minds. There should be some around here, and some of them will have come from sweet dreams originally. Come on, follow me. Careful. We've got to move quietly. The nightmare monster has usurped control here. We need to stay out of his sight.
Sweet dreams!
Everyone hold hands. No touching.
Time to relax. Cast your worries to the wind!
chasing Tanuki through the woods, and climbing trees to hunt for Oni Kabuto. Thank you for lending us your happiness.
Turn that frown upside down.
Watching fireworks fly up into the sky and writing wishes on a prayer plaque. Thank you for sharing your passion.
All right, we've gathered enough power to proceed. Time. The core should be just up ahead. This will be a tough fight.
Why? Are these sweet dreams not sweet enough?
I just wish we could have gathered some more. But these are all we could find in the immediate vicinity, which means we're running out of time. Our chances of success are shrinking by the minute. We have to act now.
No problem. We're ready to go.
Time to relax.
The alacrity with which you walk into my trap surprises me. Do you not realize why I lured you here? Because this is my domain, and you're where I move.
Not yet it isn't. Now, use the power of the good dreams.
I think you will find it to be quite ineffective against the power of my nightmares.
Time to relax.
I must confess, I am somewhat confused. Both of us bring happiness to humans now. Why must you still treat me as your enemy?
Because the happiness you provide is a lie. All you do is make them forget their negative emotions exist. And now they're living under the illusion that they're gone for good. All the while, these repressed feelings continue to fester in their subconscious, eventually becoming nightmares intense enough to become your home. Your kind has always thrived by magnifying your host's negative emotions for your own gain. What you're doing now is no different from what you've always done.
Incorrect. This time, I shall change the fate of my entire kind. When a human becomes dominated by their negative emotions, when they lose their ability to survive, that is how my kin died out. But I can give them a fantasy instead, turning them into the perfect hosts, capable of surviving no matter how dire the situation in their subconscious gets. This is the path to a revival. My kin shall rise again!
You do realize what that means, don't you? You've gone from one extreme to the other.
Oh, I'm perfectly aware. There is nothing you can say that I do not already know. For over all the years that your kind has been learning about the human mind, I have been hiding here, watching and learning from the fruits of your labor. But I'm afraid I could not care less for the moral burdens that you impose upon yourselves. The health of the human psyche is of precisely zero interest to me. Now here is a question well worth thinking about. If we allowed the humans themselves to decide, which of us would they really choose? You or me? Do you see now? I won this battle long before you ever set foot inside this tree.
What's going on?
He's growing stronger, but we've exhausted the power of the sweet dreams already. Even if we could find more sweet dreams now, it still wouldn't be enough.
If you accept that negative emotions are an immutable presence in the human mind, then you must also know that such emotions include apathy and sloth. Without the Yumeki Baku, there to hold their hand and walk them through dream regulation therapy, do you honestly think that anyone would ever be inclined to embrace the negative emotions? No, they would sooner run from reality to forget all about their troubles and live inside an illusion.
But the whole reason I wanted to become a psychologist. Traveler. These feelings. So that's how they should taste. Longing, caused by separation. So bitter, and yet the experience led to a whole new journey for you. If you keep pressing on, maybe even more precious memories await. Despair, caused by failure. Icy cold, and yet in conquering this despair, you gained the courage to face the lightning. Regret, caused by missed opportunity, a harsh aftertaste. And yet it's only through that loss that we can learn to appreciate everything we have. And after all these flavors comes sweetness, passion, and refreshed hope. So that's why I was able to taste a sweet dream at our first meeting, long before you ever met me. You'd already gained the courage to never avoid or run away from your feelings. And all your nightmares had become the fuel for sweeter dreams. The power that you have gained by processing everything from your long journey is surely far stronger than any power wielded by that creature. The whole reason I wanted to become a psychologist was to try and help people become someone like you.
Your dream is so powerful!
Traveler, give him all you've got!
Take this! Thunderclap!
Pretty sad to write him shell merged Electro Traveler's kit with another character's kit, and it's still sad. Damn, these are some very damaged numbers. Why are you so interested?
possible? With just one person's dream? But how? I have been planning this for so long!
Once the false dream he created has been destroyed, I can make sure all his victims make a full recovery. I don't think I ever would have been able to do this without your help.
Don't mention it.
You shall join my ancestors in death! You and my failure of a host!
What? He's still not dead? Wait, does anyone else hear water? Where is that coming from?
Maybe he made his host build some kind of device in the underwater cave. Once he realized we were onto him, he decided to sacrifice his host.
So you mean we're in danger in the real world too?
We've got to wake up.
But how? Like, pinch ourselves?
This should be high enough. Traveler, Paimon, jump.
Huh?
If you're afraid, then just take my hand and close your eyes. Yes, just like the last time. Hold on tight. The Yomeku Ibaku are getting to work.
If you lie on the grass, you...
It's finally over. It's a good thing I had the foresight to ask them for help, or I'd be the one dying from indigestion tonight. They were very delicious. Traveler, could I pick your brain with another question? What do you think humans tend to have more of? Happy dreams or bad ones? You've noticed it too, then. Most people struggle to deal with their negative emotions. They bottle them up inside until they've festered and turned into nightmares. As a result, humans have far more bad dreams than good ones, and most happy dreams are short and fleeting. They are so rare that it's basically impossible for them to be shared with others. Heck, there are even people out there who only have the mind space to have happy dreams after they've given us their bad ones. Which is all to say that the dreams we get to taste are usually bad ones. No matter how hard we try, We can't seem to change this state of affairs. I once believed the only reason we Yumeku Baku existed was to serve as a disposal method for nightmares. It's a fate that we cannot escape, no matter how many dreams we eat or how many years pass by. Even though I call myself a clinical psychologist, I also have dark thoughts sometimes. I suppose that's the only problem I have. Still, after learning the principles of psychology, I came up with a new way to look at all of this. If we can use psychotherapy to help people come to terms with their emotions, they'll gain the ability to deal with their nightmares on their own, so they'll no longer need to call upon us for assistance. That way, more and more people can free up their minds for truly happy dreams, until there'll be enough to share around. A naive one, more like. Even though I've run this business for quite a long time now, it still hasn't come true. Not even once. So I must thank you, because after meeting you, I finally became sure that my wish is achievable. And knowing that is all the treatment I need against the dark thoughts I sometimes have.
There you are! Paimon's been looking everywhere for you, too! Paimon was just watching the Baku eat the nightmares. They got really full and started rolling around on their tummies. It was so cute. Anyway, that's why Paimon fell behind. Got a little distracted watching them. Oh, and speaking of Baku, we were gonna book another appointment with you, weren't we? Remember? Before we got caught up in all those nightmare shenanigans?
It's a little late for that now. Ask me again tomorrow.
Oh.
Still, the night is young. Want to stay here and watch the moon with me for a little longer?
Huh?
I really like that. What? Fucking. Well. There's no way the devs plan this out in advance. There's no way we plan it out this far in advance. So I imagine they were well chuffed with themselves once they realised, wait, this one random tree we placed years ago will come in huge here. Yes, go on, you.
The moon sure is beautiful tonight.
It's just a skip to a time, didn't it? I didn't catch when. Yeah, she's gone. I'm not 100%. Like, it was unclear if we even defeated the dude. It was a bit weird. Otherwise, this has been a really fun quest.
Excuse me! Hello! Please come register over here!
What's going on? Why are there so many guests? Had I known, I'd have definitely turned some of them back.
Oh, it looks like business is booming with Amura Ichigensai out of the picture. And it's good to see that Murasaki and Shion are well on the road to recovery.
And yeah, what happened to Imura? Where's he? Is he
Morning,
alright?
you two. Want to make an appointment?
Yes, please. For today, if possible.
Then I better get you another VIP pass. You're our most important customers, after all.
Awesome! In that case, very important Paimon would like to start with the fine dining this time.
Oh my. Imagine if you'd taken my advice and sold your shares the other day. It could have cost you dearly now that business is booming again. I hope you're not too upset with me, old friend.
Why would I be upset? It's not as if I ever took your suggestion seriously.
Oh, I've missed that way with words. So affectionate.
Would it kill you to not sneak up on people every darn time?
Morning, little ones. Did you enjoy the scenery last night? Hardly. That tree was directly beneath the Grand Narukami Shrine. What was I supposed to do? Move the entire shrine to give you some privacy?
Is there a reason you're here, Lady Guji?
Mostly because I felt like a walk. But I do have a message from the Tenryo Commission to pass on as it happens. The gentleman who your fellow Yumeku Ibaku fished out of the water last night is no longer in a critical condition. Although his mind seems to have regressed to that of a young child.
It could have been worse, I suppose. Lady Guji, I owe you my thanks. Without your help, things might have gone a lot less smoothly yesterday.
It could have been worse. That's really bad. That's not good.
Hmm?
Come on, Miko. You've always been worse than me at keeping secrets. I admit that I feel inferior around you, and have an urge to prove myself. How could I not? But maybe these feelings are what have driven me to take this business as far as I have. My sense of inferiority keeps my ego in check, and my desire to prove myself gives me the strength to persevere. I'm able to accept these parts of me for what they are. There's no need for you to tiptoe around them.
Oh, you could have told me sooner. The poor traveler here has been doing all my running around for me.
True. But then again, without the traveler's help, you'd have been placed in a difficult position. Emira Ichigensai had amassed a huge following. For the Guji of the Grand Narukami Shrine to publicly go against him would have been a dangerous move. An angry mob of zealots could have done some serious damage to the shrine's reputation. Much safer for the Guji not to get personally involved. It was the right decision.
While that's all true, my main concern was that I didn't want to upset an old friend. Otherwise, I could have taken a much more direct approach.
Miko.
I always seem to forget that you're more cunning and less adorable than you look. Seems like my worries about upsetting you were unfounded.
It's not that I don't get upset. Everyone has their fair share of troubles. But every sorrow has its cure. Here's your new VIP pass. Please take good care of it. Could we go over your past experiences when you have a moment? There's a lot of gaps in your medical history I need to fill in.
Oh, hello, little one. It's been a while since you last came to seek your fortune at the shrine.
Ugh, we've got to turn some of them back.
Oh, hello, little one.
So sorry. I'm still registering the last customer.
The campaign begins.
As per our...
Right, so yeah, that was definitely one of the better story quests. I quite liked it. They're still here. But it was nice. I like the character. I like how she feels to play, to be frank. I have a feeling that the characters, the enemies in that trial were probably really weak. So she's actually way weaker than that. That does feel good. I did like playing her there. Those puzzles were cool. Yes, that's that. At some point maybe I'll work my way through some of the other quests. Probably not. But for a while. Feels really good. I like that. Chances are I will pick her up with a standard selector whenever that comes up. I definitely like her. Jolly good.